Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride.
And welcome back to netball action here, coming to you live from Tanteen, St. George's, Grenada. This is the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. I am Blossom Alexis Welsh, one of your commentators tonight, and I'm joined by the lovely. Happy to have you, Miss Karen. We're back and in action. It's the final two matches on day 4 of the tournament, and this one is going to be a doozy. We have St. Lucia, who so far are showing up themselves, and they are undefeated, if my memory serves me correctly.
I think so.
And they're coming up against another powerhouse, Antigua and Barbuda, another undefeated team so far in the competition. So we're going to see now which one of them wants it more. What do you think we can expect in this matchup that I think is going to be neck and neck between these two teams?
A high level of netball, fast-paced, I believe, and lots of talent on the court. The Antiguan girls, they are tall and powerful. St. Lucians, we have some tall, powerful ones there as well. So they're evenly matched physically.
So we're yet to see. So let's start with Antigua. What do you think has been working for Team Antigua so far in this tournament?
Well, I have not seen Antigua play as yet as I was on the other games.
Right.
But knowing Team Antigua from the past, they are going to come out with all guns raging. They have had a taste of success in times gone past. They have actually, Grenada has actually been victim to them years ago. So they have traditionally have had good teams. And so I'm looking forward to a good game from them tonight.
We were able to catch St. Lucia in action, you and I, in previous games. And what do you think is the strength of the St. Lucian team?
They have a fast-paced game. They attack, their goal attack is swift. She plays out, she brings in the ball to the goal shoot. And their defenses are agile, very agile. And they are a defending team. They defend when they need to and they offend when they need to. And so, and most of all, they want to win.
All right. You have a prediction so far? Or you want to wait until?
I want to wait and see.
Yeah, because it's not going to be an easy picking for either one of those teams. It's going to be a neck-and-neck battle. That's what we're anticipating here. St. Lucia against Antigua and Barbuda. It is one of the final 2 matches on day 4 of the ECCB International Netball Tournament. Keenly contested game. Both teams undefeated, as we said. So let's see what's going to happen here. It's 4 quarters to go. And a phrase I picked up from Lester Smith a few years ago: the court is flat, the ball is round, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
So the starting 7 will take their side and they will meet in the middle, show off camaraderie, shake each other's hands, wish each team best of luck in this matchup. And then they're going to turn their game faces on for what is going to be a keenly contested game.
Yes, Blossom. I'm looking forward to it.
So am I. And first pass goes to Antigua. So they're going to have the starting shot to get off the mark as they feel the ball around, get it to the goal attack, who's still outside of the shooting circle. But the goal shooter has planted herself as St. Lucia.
They have started to defend.
Oh, yes. And there goes the goal attack, Captain Malika. And the umpire blows for an infringement. Possession goes back to Antigua. How will this shift the game? Antigua in possession. The goal attack outside. Passes a nice long lob to the goal shooter. And she's going to use her height. And Antigua is the first to get off the board in this matchup. St. Lucia with their center pass now. And it goes into the shooting third, which means it's an infringement for them. And Antigua would pick up this advantage pass. The wing attack in possession. She finds her center. Center to her wing defense. And the ball goes out of court, but it's still Antigua's ball. She picks up the pass. Distance is called on the defense for St. Lucia. Antigua maintains the pass. Tries to get it into the circle, but it's intercepted by the goal defense of St. Lucia and taken back once again, but she's called for replay. So St. Lucia will take this pass. The goal defense picks it up, finds her wing attack. Wing attack passes it over to her center. Center back to the goal defense, trying to find a free man. She finds the wing attack into the circle to the goal shooter, but the goal shooter wants to settle herself. Contact is called on the goalkeeper for Antigua and the goal attack for St. Lucia, Captain Malika. She will attempt this one, and it falls just short. But St. Lucia maintains this pass as the umpire blows for an infringement. A little bit more push from the goal attack, and this time she's successful in her shot.
And the goal attack is pretty small in stature compared to her defense, goal defense, and the goalkeeper.
So maybe she may be quicker on her feet. Let's see if this will work in her advantage.
Yes, she's quick. She moves a lot. She's quick. And she's full of energy because she's playing right down to that line up there.
Oh yes, she's not sticking to just her shooting third. She's ensuring she's in a position to help in case her teammates need it. As Antigua pushes and nets another goal here. In this matchup, it's just the first quarter, so both teams are feeling out each other, feeling out themselves, testing their boundaries, what needs to be done, setting the stage. Contact on the wing attack for Antigua. St. Lucia maintains possession of this ball. The goal defense passes it over to the wing defense, to the wing attack, to the goal shooter. Both shooters for St. Lucia. Somebody needs to get closer to the pole.
Yeah, the defenses are keeping them out.
Keeping them busy.
Oh.
And they're able to get it into the circle, but want to settle themselves. The goal attack will make an attempt at it. And it bounces off the pole, but the umpire calls for an infringement. And the goal attack will have another attempt. They need to get free, but as Karen says, the defense keeping them busy, and they call for 3 seconds right there.
Antigua is marking very tight.
Oh yes, not giving them time to breathe. Contact is called there on Antigua. So the goal defense for St. Lucia will pick it up as she finds her wing defense. Tries to get it into the circle, does so to the goal attack, but she knew she was going to misstep, so she passes it back. Umpire blows. The wing attack will make another attempt to get it into the circle. Finds the goal shooter, who pushes it up, but it bounces off the ring and it goes outside. Antigua needs to pick up this one. The goalkeeper. Goalkeeper to the goal defense. Goal defense to the center.
St. Lucia needs to settle and play their game.
I think that's one of the setbacks with St. Lucia. Whenever they start a game, they always seem to be anxious and possibly nervous in the first quarter before they actually get into the groove. That's what I've noticed about St. Lucia.
It's all right to be a little nervous, but you have to remember your game plan and stick to it. Do what you know you have to do. Settle your mind and focus.
Antigua takes possession. The ball goes out of court, and it'll be St. Lucia's ball. Antigua with the pass. Passes it over, tries to get it into the circle. Goal shooter makes herself available using her long legs and her long arms to position herself. The ball goes out of court, but it's still Antigua's pass. Goal shooter calling for a lob overhead. Umpire calls for an infringement. And the goal attack is successful in her attempt. The score now is 3-1 in favor of Antigua. It's just the first quarter in this matchup, so both teams are testing themselves. St. Lucia with the pass, the goal attack. Needs to get into the circle. Miscommunication there, and the ball goes out of court. St. Lucia making some mistakes that they probably shouldn't.
Yeah, they need to settle. They need to settle down. I think they're trying to hurry the passes and not looking around the court enough.
Somebody probably needs to slow the game down a little bit. Antigua. Oh, nice. Nicely done from the goal shooter from Antigua. Not pausing for a moment. Straight into action for her, and it pays off. St. Lucia in possession. Wing attack, looking for a free man. Playing it around before they can get it into the circle. And she's able to hang on to that one as the goal attack makes an attempt at this one. And she shoots and scores. The score is now 4-2 in favor of Antigua. Just over 7 minutes left in the first quarter. St. Lucia with a mishap there as the ball goes out of court. Antigua would look to take advantage of this opportunity as the goalkeeper picks up the pass on this end of the court.
So both teams are taking their time in really scoring. Halfway through the quarter, and we only have 6 goals being scored thus far.
Antigua appears to be playing the attacking side of the game, and St. Lucia still is not sure where they want to put focus, if it's attack or defense.
They definitely have to defend when they need to. They have to defend when the ball is on the other with the opponents, and attack when they...
St. Lucia with the pass there. The goal attack will pick up that one that bounced off the pole, and she'll make that one count as they try to settle themselves into this first quarter. 5-3 in favor of Antigua as Team Antigua and Barbuda take this one. Advantage pass there for Antigua as the umpire notes an infringement on the center for St. Lucia. St. Antigua, the center, passes it into the circle to the goal shooter, who is unsuccessful in her attempt. The ball goes out of court, and now St. Lucia in possession. Finds the wing defense, who finds her center, who finds her wing attack. Over the court to the wing defense, to the goal attack, into the circle now. That's what needs to happen. Bounce pass to the goal shooter. Play it around a bit. Distance is called there on the goal defense for Antigua, and the goal attack will have an advantage shot. An advantage shot there to St. Lucia, and she nets this one, taking the score now to 5-4 in favor of Antigua. Even keel at the moment as both teams get into the groove of this match. The goal shooter for St. Lucia up and in.
Shot.
That was a lovely one. Just net, as they say. Antigua with the pass now. To the goal attack, to the center. Goal shooter trying to free herself. But just a too high pass there, and the ball goes out of court. St. Lucia will pick this one up. Wing defense. Wing attack, and the wing attack not settling, trying to do a fast pass, but it doesn't pay off for them. And Antigua will now take control on court. Pass picked up by the goal defense to the center. Intercepted there by St. Lucia. The goal attack passes it to the goal shooter, who's trying to settle herself. And she nets another one as the call comes from the bench. One shot. And that's what she does. St. Lucia.
Very well executed there.
Playing the ball around. Trying to get it into St. Lucia's. I think St. Lucia is now attacking the ball and playing the offense that they need to if they want to come out victorious. The goal shooter with an attempt. Overshoots just a little bit, but the umpire blows for an infringement on the goal defense for Antigua. So the goal attack will make an attempt. And she misses as the pole shakes just a little bit. And this time the goal attack is able to convert.
I thought she would have gotten a warning there.
I thought so too.
Shaking the pole.
And it seems St. Lucia, based off the scoreboard, St. Lucia has now taken the lead, 7-5. Indeed, this is a fast-moving game, and now it will be 7-6 in favor of St. Lucia. Setting themselves apart just a little bit as the wing attack tries to get it into the circle, but she finds the center. The center passes it to the goal attack. The goal attack will make an attempt to look for the rebound. And the ball goes out of court as the umpire calls for Antigua to take this pass. The goalkeeper will pick it up. She finds the goal defense. Goal defense over to the center. A little too strong there from the center.
They're having a little problem getting the passes where they want them to.
Umpire blows for an infringement once again. And it will be St. Lucia's goal shooter to take this pass. She bounces it sideways to the goal attack. Goal attack shoots up and in. St. Lucia with the lead now, 8-6. Antigua. Center finds the goal attack. Goal attack back to the center. Center passes his back to the wing defense. And the ball is thrown out of court. It'll be an infringement for St. Lucia. So Antigua still in possession here as he gets it into the shooting circle. Center for Antigua with a nice lob, trying to get it to her goal shooter. The goal attack does the same. Contact is called on St. Lucia's defense. And the goal shooter now has an advantage shot, which she's successful at.
And she has been pretty accurate tonight thus far.
Oh yes, she has been. (9-6) in favor of St. Lucia. Is Antigua's pass now. Looking for the shooters to get free, which the goal shooter does, but she, ooh! Umpire calls for the holding of time. Oh, the goal attack will take this one. She makes a big step and she's successful. Center for St. Lucia. Passes it to the wing defense, to the goal attack. Bounce pass to the center. Bounce pass to the goal shooter. A nice lob to the goal attack. Reading that play as they should. Contact is called on the goal defense for Antigua. So the goal attack for St. Lucia has an advantage shot, which she takes advantage of. Just about 10 seconds left in this quarter as St. Lucia eases ahead. Antigua in possession. Can they make a shot before this whistle blows? Let's see what happens. The goal attack with it, playing it around, and they're unable to make that last shot before the whistle blows. So that's the end of the first quarter, and St. Lucia snailing ahead with 10 points to Antigua's 7. It started out with Antigua on the attacking end, but St. Lucia just pulls back a little bit to lead the end of the first quarter by 3 points. What's your take so far? Is this what we expected in terms of the level of competition and experience from both teams?
The competition and experience, yes, but I thought the score would have been a little higher. We'd have gotten a few more goals in there, but this just shows you how much talent is on the court and how competitive both teams are. And they're really getting a fight on here tonight. St. Lucia seems a little bit shaky on the offensive side. They attack, their shooters are not coordinating as well, but I think that's going to change once they go to their coaches and they give them a few pointers, tell them where they need to make the changes, and we're going to see a change with them.
Antigua started off stronger the first few seconds or minutes of the first quarter. They were in the lead for a little while. At least they started with a 3-1. But at the end here, we see St. Lucia pulling it back. What do you think the damage was done for Antigua, even if it's just a little bit?
I think they lost too many passes. There were too many turnovers for St. Lucia. They need to keep their passes, get it up to their circle, and score their goals.
So as both teams go to their coaches and prepare for the second quarter, what should be the tip from either one of them?
Well, go to the ball, proper passing, convert your shots.
Sweet and simple.
And when it's time, you defend.
When it's time, you defend. I like that. When it's time, you defend. We should all use that phrase in life at some point. Let's take a quick break as we get ready for the second quarter between St. Lucia and Dominica. St. Lucia just ahead with 10 points to Antigua's 8. This is the 5th ECCB International Netball Series from Tanteen, St. George's, Grenada. We'll be right back.
Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark.
And we're back with the second quarter. In this competitive matchup between St. Lucia and Antigua and Barbuda, St. Lucia with just a 2-point lead after the first quarter, 10 goals to 8. And possession is in St. Lucia's hands as the center gets it into the shooting circle to the goal attack. Goal attack needs a little bit more strength in her attempts as the ball bounces off the rim and possession now moves to Antigua. Antigua passes it over. Goal defense finds the wing attack. Wing attack straight into the circle to her
Lovely
waiting
shot.
goal shooter. And the ball bounces off court as St. Lucia picks it up from the goal defense to the wing defense. Wing defense to the goal defense to the center. Passes it to the goal attack who's waiting. The center looking for a free man. Goal shooter is outside of the shooting circle. And the ball bounces off court as a collision there, and Antigua's goal defense appears to get a little injury there as the umpire calls for the holding of time as Antigua's goal defense sees to what's happening. So they're going to make some quick adjustments to their lineup as the goal defense, outgoing goal defense, sees to that collision and whatever injury she may have sustained, if any. So Antigua with the quick changes, which is one of the newer rules for netball. You can make changes and substitutions as you see fit at the end of or after a goal. And as your team restructures, Antigua uses that to their advantage now as they needed to replace their goal defense. So let's see now how this will affect Antigua's game as they take possession of this one. The goalkeeper will pick up this one. She passes it outside, intercepted there by St. Lucia, and the ball goes out of court. And she's blown for footwork. And possession now moves to Antigua. Center passes it backward to the goalkeeper, who passes it to the goal defense. Umpire calls. Just getting something off the court from the captain. And play would resume with the goalkeeper for Antigua in possession. Intercepted there by St. Lucia. She's able to save that one.
Lovely. And lovely backing up there by her player,
Oh,
her
yes.
teammate.
Good effort. Shows their agility.
What a wonderful finish.
It was not in vain at all as the goal attack nets another 11-8 for St. Lucia in this matchup against Antigua. Wing attack to the goal attack. Goal attack finds a free man in her wing attack. Passes it back to the goal defense as the shooters steady themselves. Umpire blows for an infringement on the goalkeeper. The goal attack would make an attempt for St. Lucia and she's successful. It's now 12-8 in favor of St. Lucia. And it's now their pass. The goal attack finds the goal shooter. She tries to find a free man but overshot there. So the ball goes out of court and Antigua will pick it up this time.
And Antigua needs to make the steals count.
It seems like the energy they had at the start of the game, they're unable to maintain it, and it's only the second quarter.
Yeah, they're not getting to the ball as much as they would want to.
So something needs to happen as St. Lucia has a 4-point lead here. Just following instructions from the umpires. Advantage play for Antigua. Interception there by the defense for St. Lucia, not letting that pass go easily at all. Getting it back to their shooting third. Antigua intercepts. She tries to save that pass but is unable to do so. And now we move back to Antigua getting up.
That pass was not well done and St. Lucia capitalized on it immediately.
And there we have Antigua's goal shooter doing what she does best once again.
They were
And
able to redeem themselves, and that's good.
oh yes. And it's not their center pass, so they need to make this one count as well. As goal attack looks for her goal shooter. Contact is called on the wing defense for St. Lucia. And the goal defense with that high jump is blown for distance.
Okay.
She needs to stand on the side as Antigua's goal attack tries to pass to her goal shooter. Ball goes out of court. Goal shooter is now being double teamed as the goal attack looks for a free man. And
Well
she's-
placed. Well placed.
Oh yeah.
Very well done.
Nicely communicated between the goal attack and the goal shooter, and it pays off at the end. 12-10 in favor of St. Lucia. St. Lucia with a 2-point lead is in possession and would look to make it a 3-point lead at this point, but loses the ball to Antigua. Can Antigua capitalize on this? They need to see that they do. They need every ball that they can get their hands on if they are to continue to make a showing of themselves in this game. Wing attack with the ball, and she finds her goal attack, who's going to make a long attempt, but it bounces on the pole and deemed outside by the umpire. St. Lucia's goal defense will now pick up this pass. Goal defense to the wing defense. Wing defense back to the goal defense. The umpire blows there. St. Lucia's goal defense intercepted there by the
lovely.
goal shooter, showing that she's not just an accurate
Lovely
shooter, but she
attempt.
can defend.
Because you have to defend. You lose the ball, defend it. And this will result in a goal for Antigua.
Let's see if it pays off for them.
Much needed.
And it doesn't, as the umpire blows for an infringement on Antigua. Oh, the ball went outside. Goal defense for St. Lucia. Takes it, passes it to the wing defense, to the goal keep. Trying to get it into their third on the court. They're shooting third. Wing defense with it, passes it to the wing attack. Wing attack over to the goal defense. Into the shooting circle. The goal shooter will look to steady herself. She's going to make an attempt at it. It bounces off the rim. The goal attack picks up the rebound, but the umpire blows the goal shooter for contact. And the goalkeeper for Antigua will pick this one up as she gets it to the center. Gets it to the wing defense. Gets it to the center. And it will be an advantage pass here for Antigua. As the wing attack just sends the ball
Nobody is
straight
there.
into the goal defense.
Nobody is there for her. Good attempt.
Nice touch there by Antigua. Antigua center. St. Lucia. Nice communication there between the goal shooter and the goal attack once again. The goal attack showing up with her accuracy once again. The goal score. St. Lucia is still in the lead, 13-10.
They're making some changes. Yeah, the goal shooter seemed to have been in some discomfort. I think she has an injury that's bothering her.
So she's going to get a rest, at least for a little bit. Antigua's goal attack straight to St. Lucia's center. As St. Lucia takes control. Ooh. Contact there between St. Lucia and Antigua, and the umpire calls for the holding of time as the goalkeeper settles herself, who is also the captain for Antigua and Barbuda in this tournament. She seems to be fine, just jogging off a little to get the ball, so she's okay to play once again as play resumes with Antigua. And she passes it straight to St. Lucia's goal attack. That's how I'll call it. But they got it back. And they need to keep it if they are to decrease that 3-point lead any. Center finds the goal attack. Goal attack back to the center. Center tries to get it into the circle to the goal shooter, who's trying to settle herself.
Oh, lovely pass.
Nice. The goal attack was free for just a bit, and it was spotted just in time. Nicely done from the goal shooter and the goal attack as Antigua makes it 11 points for them to St. Lucia's 13. St. Lucia.
Antigua is trying to get back the lead with the shoot.
You can always see when the energy changes.
Yes.
And they seem to have picked up that energy and making the best of it.
They know that they're down and they know that they have to do something about it.
Ball is out of course, so Antigua will pick up this one. Umpire blows once again. The ball is still in Antigua's possession. So let's see what they'll do with this here. They're down 2 points in the second quarter. Center into the circle to the goal shooter, who makes a big step and misses. But she catches her rebound as the umpire blows the goalkeeper for contact. And the goal shooter makes good on this attempt. It's now 13-12, a 1-point lead for St. Lucia.
That was a really good play there by that goal shooter.
Yes, it was.
And you have to want this victory here tonight. You have to want it. So you go after it.
Seeing how tight this game is, both teams want it badly. Antigua with the pass, the wing attack. Passes it over to her goal attack, who was free and waiting and makes use of the opportunity. Nets another one, tying the score here at 13. It's now leveled. St. Lucia versus Antigua and Barbuda. The 5th ECCB International Netball Series. It's day 4. We still have about 5 more days left of intense competition. The goal shooter. Successful this time as she caught her own rebound. Antigua with the center pass. Center over to the goal attack. Obstruction is called.
What a way to lose it.
Wow.
But they're gonna
Footwork.
mark it. They're gonna mark it back.
Let's see if they're able to get that back, because you need every ball you can get. So
Yes,
these
you
little
do.
mistakes will cost you.
It will.
You don't have the space to make these simple mistakes. Not in a match like this. 14-13, St. Lucia with a 1-point lead. You have to score every ball you get.
Every mistake will result in can result in a goal against you. So, and so said, so done.
Exactly. St. Lucia now moves to a 2-point lead, 15-13. And it's their center pass. So will they extend that to a 3-point lead? Let's see here. The center finds the goal shooter, who bounces to the goal attack. Goal attack will make an attempt, but she passes it. A quick pass to her goal shooter as the umpire calls for distance on the goalkeeper. Contact now. And the goal shooter will have an advantage shot here. And she scores this one. Antigua with the center pass. Ooh. Nice attempt there by the defense.
And St. Lucia is going to do everything in their power to restrict Antigua the goals as much as possible.
And that's what needs to happen. All 7 players on both teams need to do what they're on the court to do. The shooters need to shoot, the defense need to defend, the attacks need to feed the balls to their shooters, and everybody needs to play their role. There's no room for mistakes at this point.
And they would have had a plan. They would have had a
They
plan.
need to execute those plans.
To execute the plan.
Distance is called on the center for Antigua. St. Lucia will pick up this pass as she Tries to get it into the circle. The goal attack now. Passes it over to her goal shooter. Distance is called on this defense for Antigua, and St. Lucia nets this one.
Another change there on the
And
St. Lucian team.
if I'm seeing correctly, I think there are only 28 seconds left in the quarter. Yeah, it's now about 20 seconds left in the quarter. Did they need to make that change with 20 seconds left?
Well, I guess they saw it fit.
They saw it fit as the goal attack converts another one for Team St. Lucia. 10 seconds in the quarter before we get into the second half. St. Antigua needs to speed up. It's now 19 or 18 13.
13.
Antigua with the ball. Distance is blown there as the seconds run out. And it's a shot there for Antigua. St. Lucia with possession.
And I think they would have had some extra time with
time.
the stoppages that they've had.
Correct.
So they're gonna feel some injury time with the 2 injuries we had earlier on. So I'm not sure how many minutes, but that's it.
That's it.
So it wasn't long stoppage time.
So that's the end of the second quarter, taking us into the halftime break. In this intense battle here, St. Lucia and Antigua and Barbuda are locked in a back and forth contest. It's just as competitive as predicted, with them going back and forth with the lead, but St. Lucia would edge forward just a little bit, taking it to 18 to Antigua's 14. Karen, St. Lucia comes back here into the second quarter, and they are showing that they're in it to win it.
Of course, they're in it to win it. And I think that little talk that they would have had with their coach during the break, they came out to execute. So Antigua has to get their game on. They have to score their shots, and they have to defend the balls when they lose them in order to capitalize on some extra goals that they need to get from St. Lucia. St. Lucia, on the other hand, would need to keep the momentum, keep the lead, and proper passing, placement of balls and conversion of shots would keep them in the lead.
The amateur netballer in me, it seems to me that Antigua is a bit inconsistent with their energy and their efforts. And that is probably what's hurting them, because they started out strong, lost some momentum coming into the second quarter, fought back a little bit in the second quarter, but they're starting to lose it again. So
yes,
that seems to be working against them, no?
And the team seemed to be a pretty good team. They started off really well, and which shows that they have a lot of potential and they have a good thing going. So the little lapses in concentration, I think maybe there was some lapses in concentration that caused the breakdown a bit. So they just need to regroup and get the job done.
So let's see what will take place in the third quarter, which is still a little bit away. You're tuned into the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. St. Lucia just ahead of Antigua and Barbuda, 18 points to 14. It is one of the final 2 games on day 4. Over on court 2, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as defending champions, appear to be just a little bit ahead of Dominica. If I'm seeing correctly, it looks like 25 to St. Vincent and the Grenadines, to 20 for Dominica. And they are also on the halftime break. So when we come back, we get back into these 2 competitive matches here, live from the Tanteen Netball Court. Wherever you're joining us from, hit us up in the comments. Let us know where you're watching from. Represent your flags. I've been seeing flags in the comments during the whole day of the competition. So continue to do so. Represent for your country. Show support to the people representing you on the international level, because this is hard-fought competitive netball. We'll be right back with you. Let's take a quick break. It's the ECCB International Netball Series.
Netball, netball, yes, exciting, edge of your seat netball is back. It's the 5th ECCB International Netball Series in the Spice Isle of Grenada, August 23rd to 31st at Tanteen Netball Complex in St. George's. Witness 7 ECCB member countries: Antigua, Antigua and Barbuda, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines battle for the coveted Gloria Valentine Championship Trophy. But wait, there's more! The 5th ECCB International Netball Series will also feature visiting teams from Barbados, the Cayman Islands, and Guyana, who will reign supreme at the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. Go on out to the Netball Complex at Tanteen or connect to the ECCB Connect's Facebook page and YouTube channel for live coverage of the matches. It's netball action at its best. Excellence and empowerment through sports.
ECCB Connects is the official handle of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. How do you know it's the ECCB? All posts and reactions made by the ECCB on social media will carry the username ECCB Connects and feature this profile picture. Other pages with the name Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, such as these, are not official pages. Like, subscribe, and follow us today. You'll know it's the ECCB by this profile pic and the handle at ECCB Connects.
Have you seen the Grenada 50? The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, in collaboration with the government of Grenada, issued the Grenada $50 note in July 2024 to commemorate Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence. The Grenada 50 is printed on polymer. It is the same size and includes similar security features as the current EC banknotes in circulation. This limited edition $50 banknote was issued exclusively in Grenada, but it can be used in any of the ECCB member countries. The Grenada $50 note is legal tender. This means that it can be used for any of your standard and over-the-counter business transactions.
Netball! Netball! Yes! Exciting! Edge of your seat netball is back! It's the 5th ECCB International Netball Series in the Spice Isle of Grenada, August 23rd to 31st at Tanteen Netball Complex in St. George's. Witness 7 ECCB member countries: Antigua, Antigua and Barbuda, Commonwealth of Dominica, Grenada, Montserrat, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines battle for the coveted Gloria Valentine Championship Trophy. But wait, there's more! The 5th ECCB International Netball Series will also feature visiting teams from Barbados, the Cayman Islands, and Guyana, who will reign supreme at the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. Go on out to the Netball Complex at Tanteen or connect to the ECCB Connect's Facebook page and YouTube channel for live coverage of the matches. It's netball action at its best. Excellence and empowerment through sports.
ECCB Connects is the official handle of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. How do you know it's the ECCB? All posts and reactions made by the ECCB on social media will carry the username ECCB Connects and feature this profile picture. Other pages with the name Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, such as these, are not official pages. Like, subscribe, and follow us today. You'll know it's the ECCB by this profile pic and the handle at ECCB Connects.
Have you seen the Grenada 50? The Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, in collaboration with the government of Grenada, issued the Grenada $50 note in July 2024 to commemorate Grenada's 50th anniversary of independence. The Grenada.
And we are back with the third quarter in this contest here between St. Lucia and Antigua. It's a closely contested match with St. Lucia just ahead on 18 points to Antigua's 15. And it's now Antigua's center pass. And I see all the flags in the comments. Good night to all our viewers in Antigua and Barbuda. I see the flags. And I have siblings in Antigua and Barbuda. So I have ties. St. Lucia in possession. Goal attack. Finds back the wing attack, who gets it into the shooting circle to the goal shooter. And she's going up for an attempt. And she nets it. St. Lucia just ahead of Antigua and Barbuda in this competition.
And they've come back on with a plan in mind. No joking business.
Hopefully they can keep it and maintain it.
Keep the momentum.
So just to give you an update on Court 2, defending champions St. Vincent are on 28 points, just ahead of Dominica, who has 21 points. So it's another close encounter on Court 2, as it is on Court 1 here. St. Lucia with a narrow 4-point lead over Antigua and Barbuda into this third quarter on day 4. Nice long pass, just out of reach.
Just a little too much.
A little too ambitious,
Just
maybe?
a little too much. Just a little too much. Because she was there alone, and they got it back again. Let's see if she can
There they go again.
make it count. And yes, she does. Good fighting spirit there.
If it's one thing, Antigua always looks for the opportunity to pull themselves back.
They
Whatever
have to.
mistake they make, they always find an opportunity to get it back and bring themselves back into the position that they should have been in.
And that's the idea. You bounce back. You don't dwell on the past too much. Bounce back and you move on.
So as St. Lucia takes control, let me say good night to, I see the Lucian fans with the flag. Good night, Bertram William. Good night to all our viewers in the chat. Vinnie Lewis, Island Boy, Naomi Ephraim, Tellian Gilbert. Good night, everybody. All the Antiguan flags, don't miss out. That's your name on YouTube. Nathan Brown, another Antiguan supporter. Gina Speng Entertainment. Negli Peters. And we have the Lucian fans as well. Vernella Alexander. I see you in the comments. Good night, everybody. And I hope you're enjoying the broadcast. It's 21-18 in favor of St. Lucia. Good night, Ann Lewis. I see you. Nice to have all of you joining us. 22-18. St. Lucia maintaining their lead as Antigua picks up this pass. A nice lob there to the goal shooter. A little tussle for the ball.
And they have been walking it there. Bam, bam, 1-2 passes into the circle. That seems to be Antigua's plan as they return.
Let's hope it works for them. Let's see what happens. St. Lucia now in possession. The center finds the goal defense. Goal defense to the center. Center to the goal attack. Goal attack over to her wing attack. Wing attack passes it backward as the shooters try to free themselves. And it's contact for the center for Antigua. Into the circle to goal attack. Goal attack plays around a bit to settle herself. Distance is called there on the goalkeeper. The goal defense will now take this attempt. She steps forward just a little bit and gets an advantage shot. 23-19. St. Lucia just ahead. Antigua center pass. Center looks back. Finds her wing defense. Ball goes out of court. And St. Lucia will now take this pass.
That long pass there did not work this time because the St. Lucians have read their game. So they're going to go after it. They're going to try to intercept, and they did.
So sometimes you just need to adapt your game plan a little bit. A phrase I like, confuse the enemies.
Yes.
So if you're doing the same thing over and over, they're going to pick up on your plan.
So you have to know when to change a bit.
Nice long lob. Ooh. And she trips over herself, and St. Lucia now takes possession as the wing defense finds the goal defense to the wing attack. And she's called there for a replay. So St. Lucia now, Antigua, sorry, picks up this one. Goal attack over to the wing attack. Wing attack to the goal attack. Goal attack. A lob to her goal shooter.
And that is what she has to do. She has been getting the lobs in, but she's moving at the same time. So that's why she tripped up earlier on. She has to wait for it and receive it.
Goal attack with a long attempt. Bounces off the rim, but gets control of her own rebound. A side pass to her goal shooter. Distance is called on the goalkeeper. And the goal shooter has an advantage shot there.
Those little cheeky passes will draw an infringement.
Umpire blows the whistle, and the possession now moves to St. Lucia, who is in the lead 24-20.
That was good, solid marking there on the part of the St. Lucian team.
Wing attack for St. Lucia. Infringement is called on the goalkeeper once again. St. Lucia looking to capitalize as the goal shooter goes up and in. St. Lucia now with the center pass to the goal attack. Straight into the circle. Oh, she overbalances just a little bit, but saves it? No?
No, it
doesn't save it at all.
That was a little too much. It was a little adventurous, as my old coach used to say.
But they're able to steal it back, and the goal attack now will make a shot. It bounces off the rim, and she catches her own rebound. Gets herself into the circle, passes it over to her goal shooter, who is successful and converts that shot. 26-20 in favor of St. Lucia is the third quarter of this contest here. Antigua, the center, passes it back as they try to get it into their shooting third. Intercepted there with a nice long stretch by the goalkeeper. It goes out of court, but she's able to stop the flow of the ball there for Antigua. But Antigua gets it back, passes it into the goal shooter, who's right there, and uses her height and her long arms to her advantage and is successful. St. Lucia with the center pass. Center to the goal defense to the goal attack to the goal shooter to the net, and she's successful.
Lovely shot.
That was a nice play by St. Lucia right there.
Nice, clean.
Exactly, clean. That's it, clean. No interception or very little from Antigua's defense. Goal defense passes it to her wing defense. Wing defense to the center. Center into the circle with a smooth pass there to the goal attack. Oh, and she nets
Lovely
a nice
shot.
one.
Lovely shot.
That was a nice, accurate shot from the goal attack.
They have to get close enough to the net and convert. That was a lovely shot there on by the St. Lucian goal shoot.
Antigua with the pass. Center to the wing attack, to the goal attack. Passes it back as the goal shooter. Umpire calls there for an infringement on the goalkeeper. So the goal attack will have an advantage shot and an attempt. She takes a little step, shoots up, but it bounces off the rim. St. Lucia will pick up the rebound as the wing attack passes to the center, who tries to get into the circle, but it bounces out of court after that small collision. St. Lucia in control. The wing attack passes it into the circle to the goal attack. Goal attack over to her goal shooter. Goalkeeper once again blown for distance. And she's the captain. She should know better.
There's not enough space there. So she would obstruct.
She needs space and keep her 3 feet.
Yes, she has to watch that.
She needs to.
Because every infringement is a possible goal.
Exactly. She needs to make room where there is no room. Goal attack for St. Lucia goes up. Straight into the net. Net's another one for Team St. Lucia as they extend their lead here in this matchup, 29-22. St. Lucia just edging ahead and maintaining that lead that they got in the second quarter. They're keeping it intact. St. Antigua now needs to respond and steal a few passes if they are to take back that lead. They need to net their own center passes as well as steal a few from St. Lucia.
Yes, they do. And they have not been able to make the turnover. Look at how free that ball goes up there to the goal shoot.
Yeah, that was easily into the hands of St. Lucia. And she makes it count with another net, taking them to 30 for St. Lucia, 23 for Antigua. Antigua center pass. Ball is out of court and St. Lucia now will pick up that pass. St. Lucia getting the ball now down to their shooting third. Need to look at their plays and get it there successfully. Nice touch there by the goal defense as the ball goes out of court. But she's able to slow down St. Lucia in that attempt right there.
And that's something that they can do. Intercept the ball if they can't get it. Slow down the process.
And the goal shooter successful in that attempt.
It's all hands on deck. The entire team has to bring the A game.
Both teams now making some small changes to their centers. Bringing some fresh legs.
Yes.
On the same position, so both coaches had the same idea for this part of the game. So let's see if this will make a difference for either one of them at St. Lucia.
The centers run the entire court, so.
Oh yes. Need to keep them energized.
Yes.
And give them rest where you can.
If you see them slacking off, then by all means, because they're key.
Umpire calls for contact there. And St. Lucia's goal shoot. Will net another one, taking them to 31 to Antigua's 24. And Antigua's captain is going to take a break right here, get some rest. She's been going for the entire game. So she's going to just sit out for a little while. And send in someone as the goalkeeper. And as the captain sits out, the rules state that there needs to be a captain on the field of play. So they are going to make the wing defense the stand-in captain as the captain goalkeeper sits out for a little while. So some small changes there for Team Antigua as they try to get back into this with that 7-point deficit.
Lovely.
Nicely done.
They're casting their eyes all around the court. St. Lucia now has to mark a little tighter in the circle. Don't leave those openings.
And game is on pause just for a while as St. Vincent player is partially on the court or partially in the way of this side of the court. She was injured during the last quarter, has been on the floor for a while, so they're holding time as they're able to get her out of harm's way as the players resume with St. Lucia. And as the ball makes it down here, she probably would have been in the way. So they needed to clear out that end of the court before play can resume.
And it's safety at all times, so.
Exactly.
You want to ensure that all of them are safe.
St. Lucia in possession, goal shooter goes up. with just about a minute and 20 seconds or so to go in this quarter. Antigua, the center, passes it over to stand-in captain wing defense. An infringement is called there on Antigua's wing attack as St. Lucia takes possession. A nice lob to the goal shooter, but contact there on the goal defense as called by the umpire. And the goal shooter passes it over, bounces it to the goal attack, who shoots up and scores. 33 St. Lucia, 25 Antigua.
And a sensible pass.
Considering where the defense was,
Yes.
she needed to make that adjustment in the usual way of passing. St. Lucia in possession. Center to the goal attack, back to the center.
Oh,
Nice
lovely
interception there
steal
by the stand-in captain. I guess that's why she can be captain when the need arises. She's playing the game.
Wow, that's a tussle there.
St. Lucia back with the possession. And in case you're wondering, the black band around the arm of the wing defense, that signals who the captain is on the team as play continues. That's what that black band is for. Antigua now takes it away as the goal attack is on half court. And they're unable to get it to the shooting third before umpire blows, signaling the end of the third quarter. In this competitive matchup, it's the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. St. Lucia just ahead of Antigua and Barbuda at the end of the third quarter. It started out with Antigua showing up to be just a bit stronger as the first opening moments of the game. But as it continues, St. Lucia came forward with the strength and are now taking control of this competition, and they're maintaining the lead. They took the lead in the second quarter and they're maintaining it, extending it where they can, taking full advantage. As it stands now, St. Lucia 33, Antigua 25. It's an 8-point deficit. St. Lucia is really showing up, Karen.
They have come on with a game plan. Their coaches, I'm sure the coach would have told them, utilize all your passes well, score all your goals, and we want some interceptions and some turnovers from the opposing team. And they have been doing that.
Whatever was the pep talk that St. Lucia got, it worked, and it's still working. Antigua, what has happened to Antigua? What do they need to do for this fourth and final quarter? To me, according to how you make adjustments, Antigua can still bounce back in the fourth and final quarter. It's just a 9-point lead, 34-25. What can Antigua do differently?
Their passing has deteriorated a bit in this quarter. They have gotten a few nice lobs into the goal shoot, which worked. So they need, and I see they look inside, they look to the circle first before they pass from the center pass. So I know that's the plan they have. So the opposite team would be looking as well. So, but they need to adjust when they need to, because a few went in and the defenses, they were able to intercept. So once you see the opposing team is reading your game, then you can switch. So they need to make their passes properly, place them well, and convert their shots, make them count.
Let's take a quick break as we prepare for the fourth and final quarter. St. Lucia versus Antigua and Barbuda.
Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride, moving with decency.
Is the fourth and final quarter. St. Lucia just ahead with 34 and 9-point lead against Antigua, who is on 25. This is the deciding quarter. Who will be victorious before game continues? Let's send that ball right back to the next court where St. Vincent and Dominica are locked in another tight battle. St. Vincent just ahead on 42. Dominica is right there with them on 35 points. So that's another close encounter on court 2. But over here, Antigua, goal shooter needs a little power in that one. And it's an advantage shot for Antigua. It's now St. Lucia's center pass. Goal shooter outside of the circle. Need to find a goal attack. A little tussle for the ball. Goal shooter maintains possession. She shoots. Need a little bit of energy there. A little bit more strength to get the ball into the net. And she will get an opportunity shortly as St. Lucia is still in possession. Goal attack with the pass there. Passes it outside to settle herself, gets it back, passes it over to her goal shooter. And it's up and in for St. Lucia once again. Antigua with the center pass. Ooh, miscommunication. Overthrows the ball. It goes out of court. And when we get it back, St. Lucia.
The passes need to be correct and precise.
And that one was not correct or precise.
Yep.
As it turns over to Antigua as instructed by the umpire. Straight into the circle to her goal shooter, but she couldn't hold on to that one. Goes out of court and St. Lucia now gets it back. Goalkeeper for St. Lucia passes it off. It's at the center court now. The goal attack coming out to assist. Into the circle to the goal shooter. Passes it over to her wing attack. Wing attack gets it back to her goal attack. She side passes it to her goal shooter. And she scores. St. Lucia. Ball slipped out of her hand, but good thing her team was able to maintain it. Maintain the pass. Goal attack. Settles herself closer to the pole, but couldn't hold on to that pass.
St. Lucia, they are backing up the team. They always have someone backing up. So if they miss a ball, there's someone on the team to pick it up.
And that helps. It goes a long way when you have that double team energy. St. Lucia.
They want to win the game.
And if that 10-point lead continues, they will do just that. But Antigua has 12 more minutes to see what difference they can make here in this quarter. Antigua. Wing attack in possession. Finds her center back to the wing attack. Bounces to the goal attack, but she misses it. And the ball rolls over to the next court. But it'll be St. Lucia's pass when they resume. Goalkeeper tries to pass it. Ball is out of court. Player is on the ground. But St. Lucia. St. Lucia in possession. The goal defense tries to get it to a goalkeeper, but it's called for an infringement there on the goal shooter. St. Lucia maintains that pass. over to the goal attack, who lobs it over to her goal shooter. Nice take there. And it's an advantage shot there for Team St. Lucia. 37-26.
St. Lucia is slowly cruising away.
It started out tight, but it's not as close as when the game started. Goalkeeper there called for an infringement, so the goal attack for Antigua has an advantage shot, and she takes their score up. They need much more of that if they are to make any dent in this match, or what's left of this match. Just over 10 minutes left. St. Lucia has it. Into the circle to the goal attack, over to the goal shooter. And the goal shooter pushes and scores that one. And it will be Antigua's center pass. It's now 38 to St. Lucia, 27 to Antigua and Barbuda. Captain and wing defense will take this one. Oh, play advances for Antigua. So the wing attack will take this pass. She lobs it over to her goal shooter, but it's contact. The goal defense and the goalkeeper are trying to double team the goal shooter.
Oh, yes.
And
you'll find that a lot.
And with that, they are coming in contact with her, giving her the opportunity to settle for an advantage shot. And it's a successful attempt for Team Antigua. 38-28, St. Lucia's pass. Goal shooter couldn't hold on to that one.
Antigua now has to bring that ball safely to the shooting circle.
Yes.
Patience and play it around. They have to be patient. If they need to play it around, play it around. They have to be patient.
St. Lucia in possession. Wing attack, looking for someone in the circle, finds the goal attack. She wants to get closer to the pole, but instead she passes it to the goal shooter. Up and in. St. Lucia extending that lead. They're eyeing 40 as we speak. Antigua is going to use this opportunity to make us a change as the captain comes back in as goalkeeper. She got some much needed rest, and she's ready to finish the last 8 minutes or so of this contest.
So let's see if that's going to make a change for the Antiguan team. Give them some motivation and some fire.
Wing attack into the circle to the goal shooter. Tries a quick pass to the center. Umpire blows for an infringement. The goal attack will pick it up.
Good. And that's all she has to do. Just stay there and wait. And the infringement will come.
Giving her time to settle down and do just that.
She has to be patient. Stay there and wait. And they will contact.
Nice long pass there to the goal shooter. Passes it outside and back into the goal attack. A nice lob to the goal shooter, who is successful here. And now they've gotten to 40. So St. Lucia 40, Antigua and Barbuda 29. Antigua center pass. Hoping to make it 30 now. Ooh. Contact is called on the wing defense. St. Lucia's wing defense. So the wing attack will get this shot. Distance now is called on the goalkeeper. Goal attack takes a massive step, shoots up, bounces off the rim into the arms of the waiting goal shooter, and it's an advantage shot for Team Antigua. And they are on 30 now. So it's 40 St. Lucia, 30 to Antigua and Barbuda.
Back to that 10-point lead. Antigua can't seem to cut it lower than that, narrower than that.
Goes around the rim, but does what it needs to do, which is go through the net, giving St. Lucia 41 points here. Antigua needs to realize that netting their own goals is not enough. They need to steal a few from St. Lucia. If that deficit is to cut just a little bit,
yes,
they need to steal a few.
They will have to get some turnovers in their favor.
Antigua with it.
Yes, she.
Oh!
Oh, wow.
All right, a slight pile up there. Umpire calling for the holding of time so that these players can regroup. Okay, and the St. Lucian player appears to be just a little bit banged up with that pile up there. So we're going to hold time, and official is going to. She's limping a little bit. So they're going to make a slight change there. A slight substitution.
The Antigua goal shoot needs to stand. She as she moves, she brings her defenses with her. And the space that she had created before for that lob is no longer there.
Right. So she needs to see what's happening. Hold time as the goal defense gets her shoes back on. That's when you know you're playing hard. If you play enough that your shoe comes off,
oh yes,
that means you're playing hard.
We have seen a few of that during the tournament. I'm not sure if the shoes are a bigger size. Some people like to play with shoes that are a bigger size so they can double up with the socks.
Right.
For more cushioning. I'm not sure if that's what's happening, but we've seen a few players losing their shoe. One side of their shoe.
That's dedication. Let's call it dedication.
Oh yes.
If your shoe doesn't come off, are you even playing?
You play hard until your shoes come off.
Exactly. That could be a motto for a team. I'll throw it out there and see what happens. St. Lucia with this pass as the ball bounces off court.
Oh, that was a dangerous pass there by the St. Lucians. An interception would have meant a goal. Definitely.
Because it's in the shooting circle for Antigua. Let's see what they can do with this one. Goal attack with the pass, gets into the circle to assist the goal shooter who's trying to find her footing, and she does so. That circle there worked for her, and it's a straight shot to the net.
Lovely.
Her accuracy is outstanding. Ooh,
that
was a hard fall. That was a hard one.
Because she was moving. Something fell out. What's that?
And we'll hold time here as St. Lucia's officials check on the goal attack, who is also the co-captain, Malika. She's up and dusting herself off. Let's see if she's able to continue. She's dusting herself off, and she seems like she's
She is a fighter. She is a fighter.
She is. You can tell. She
Yes,
doesn't.
is.
She wants to be here for the final moments of this matchup. She's not getting off court. She'll probably just ice it later and be back on the court tomorrow, please the Lord.
She has to be careful though. They still have about 4 more games to play.
So they need to be mindful of that. Ooh, fighting for the ball there. Umpire calls it. Antigua gets possession into the circle to the goal shooter. Nice lob there. Going for the rebound. It goes out of court. Antigua's goal attack will take this one. Too close. So the goal attack will have an advantage shot here. And she makes it count.
Of course. You have to.
And in case you're hearing the background noise, you probably heard that final whistle with the game between St. Vincent and Dominica. St. Vincent, the defending champions, with another win, 56 to Dominica's 40. So St. Vincent will continue their winning streak here in this tournament, bringing an end to that game as we are into the final 6 minutes or so of this matchup between St. Lucia and Antigua and Barbuda. It's a 9-point lead for St. Lucia, 42 to Antigua's 33.
And Antigua will be really happy with that ball that St. Lucia lost there.
Hopefully they can capitalize on that slip up and net a goal of their own with this one.
I think the ball will be in their favor. Oh yes, it is.
Antigua,
Okay.
wing defense, tries to get it to her player. Goal attack blown for an infringement there. The center catches that pass. Contact is called on the defense for St. Lucia, so the goal shooter. Ooh, that was a silly pass. Intercepted there by the goal defense for St. Lucia. Let's see if they can make it count to their final tally here. St. Lucia is already in the lead. Stealing this one, let's see what happens with it. Playing it around as these scorers try to get into position, but the defense has them on their toes. They're able to find the goal shooter, but she's just outside of the shooting circle. Passes it over, positions herself, the goal shooter.
There was an infringement call there on the goal defense.
Yes, there was, and the goal shooter takes
Resulted in a
advantage.
shot for St. Lucia. So St. Lucia continues to advance.
43-33. Antigua making some changes to their shooters. The goal shooter goes off. The goal attack now becomes the goal shooter. And someone comes in as the goal attack.
Oh, wow.
St. Lucia in the possession, looking for a free man, trying to get it to her shooters. Some gymnastics there. That's a whole split.
Agility on the part of the goal attack. She's very agile
Oh, yes.
and fit.
And St. Lucia nets another one here in this contest. Just about 4 more minutes left in the fourth and final quarter. St. Lucia ahead 44 to Antigua and Barbuda's 33. St. Lucia with the center pass. The center finds the wing attack, finds the goal attack, who's looking into the circle but is not confident that the goal shooter will catch it. Plays it around, gets it to the goal shooter, but they lose it because of footwork. So Antigua needs to capitalize on this one.
They're putting on the pressure a little, but they have to finish with their goals. Get that ball in the circle.
Getting it is one thing, what you do with it is another.
Lovely. Because the opening is there. The opening has been there.
Penalty shot there for Antigua. A big step up for the goal shooter. She bounces it off the rim and it goes out of court.
And that's it. Is that it? No. Yes, it is. No.
And that's the end of the fourth and final
Oh,
quarter.
yes, that's it. That's the end of the quarter.
I thought there was some more time in there.
Yes.
But according to the umpire and his final whistle, that's the end of the matchup here. St. Lucia pulling out this win. At the end of the first quarter, they were behind, but they bounced back and claimed this victory, 45 points to Antigua and Barbuda's 33. Congratulations to St. Lucia with another win in the bag. They are also undefeated in this tournament so far. Antigua, this is their first loss. So let's see what happens for the rest of the tournament. But congratulations to the ladies from St. Lucia pulling out this victory over Antigua and Barbuda, 45-33. A fitting end to another competitive match, Karen, yes?
Another day of competition here at the Tanteen. And St. Lucia's win did not come easy. They had to fight for it, but they stuck to it. They wanted it more, and they ended up being victorious here this evening. Another sterling performance from our goal attack and her team, and Antigua will go to the drawing board and they will come back, regroup, correct their mistakes, and come back again. A fresh day tomorrow, God willing, hoping for a win.
Antigua started strong. Their first quarter, they came out all guns blazing, but by the second quarter, they seemed to lose momentum. What do you think happened there? Just stamina, or?
It could be stamina, it could be St. Lucia had a more balanced plan and a more experienced team, and they stuck to the plan. I think Antigua, they shifted their plan a bit, because you could they were working the passes, some of the passes into the circle at one time, and then they changed, and so a bit of lack of focus, and Antigua, St. Lucia, was able to take advantage of all their mistakes and make them count for them.
So that brings the end to this matchup as we wait to see if Nikita will be able to pull in anyone from either teams. Let's take a look at what's going to take place tomorrow, please the Lord. We have back-to-back days of intense netball action, and it continues, weather permitting, tomorrow morning, God willing, and we start at 8 a.m. where Guyana will meet the Cayman Islands at 8 a.m. right here at the Tanteen Netball Complex. And then we come back here at 5 p.m. for Anguilla against St. Lucia. The other 5 p.m. match will see Dominica coming up against Montserrat. And then the 7 o'clock matches, Barbuda takes on St. Vincent and the Grenadines, defending champions, and hosts Grenada will face off against Antigua and Barbuda. So that's the lineup for tomorrow, God willing. We start at 8, 2 matches at 5 p.m., 2 matches at 7 p.m., and you can catch all the action right here wherever you're tuning in from. I love to see the flags in the comments, so keep them coming. Make sure that you have them all. I also have an amended schedule here, so let me just take a look at this one. We start at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, God willing, not at 8 as originally scheduled. We start at 6:30 a.m.
I think that will
with 2 matches, and I will share that schedule with you shortly. But let's first go down to Nikita, who has someone with her at the end of the St. Lucia Antigua contest.
The coach for the St. Lucia Python Sparks, and they just had favorable results, winning their match against the Antigua and Barbuda team. How do you feel about the game?
Well, as usual, when we meet our sisters, it's always a challenge. It's always an exciting game. We had an exciting game today. Antigua is a team who always plays hard. They come at you hard, and then you have to know how to sometimes slow it down against them or when to speed it up, because they're a team that's always playing fast.
And are you pleased with how your team executed the game plan today?
Not quite, because there were too many unforced errors. We had some loose balls. We had some contacts, which I want to cut on the contacts. But all in all, I must say congratulations to them, because we won.
Well, thank you very much, and all the best in your next game. All right, then. Thank you very much, guys, and that's all from me courtside. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Nikita, speaking there with the coach as this game wraps up. So like I was saying before we took in that interview, there's an amendment to the schedule from tomorrow. Please, Lord, remember we have some games that were not played on Sunday because of inclement weather, so we're rescheduling them, and one of those games would be played tomorrow morning, God willing. So we have 2 games taking place at 6:30 a.m. tomorrow. Grenada will play Anguilla, which is one of the games from Sunday that was not played. So at 6:30 a.m., Grenada versus Anguilla, and Guyana versus the Cayman Islands. Then at 5, we have Anguilla versus St. Lucia and Dominica versus Montserrat. And then at 7, Barbuda against St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and host Grenada returns for the 7 p.m. match against Antigua and Barbuda. So that's double games tomorrow, God willing, for hosts Grenada. Let's see how this would play out for them and if it would take a toll on them. There's only one way to find out. Tune in. It's the 5th ECCB International Netball Series. We thank each and every one of you for joining us wherever you're tuned in from, whichever platform you are on. We are so very grateful. Karen, any final thoughts as we wrap up the broadcast?
I think we've had another day of wonderful netball. Good plays executed on the court, and tomorrow, God's willing, we see some wonderful matchups, some exciting games to look forward to. Those last 7 o'clock games are some games to look forward to. So we're going to see some great netball again. So I want to encourage all of Grenada to come down to cheer your teams on, come out and see some lovely netball. The ladies are really making giving a show of themselves. So let's come along and enjoy the games.
Exactly, Karen. You can come here $10 and you get to see the entire evening of games for only $10. Children are free.
And you can bring your children.
Bring your children. We have eats and drinks on sale. It's an evening of good, clean family fun with competitive netball. So those of you who are joining us online, those of you in Grenada, come on out to the Tanteen Netball Court online. We'll see you again in the morning, God willing, for those 6:30 matches, and then we return for the evening matches. On behalf of the entire production team, we thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow, God willing, for more action in the 5th ECCB International Netball Series.
Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean, rising higher. Yeah. We've healed the scars, now we're shooting stars, not just here for the ride. Moving with decency and pride. Yeah, yeah. Women of the Caribbean, rising higher. The sky isn't even the limit. Girl power has us all in it. We surely making our mark, shining a light in the dark. Oh, women of the Caribbean.